Are you well? Lovely. Yes, he didn't finger me. I fingered him. Actually, I think you'll find. When? Oh, just before I came on stage. I've got a very long finger. Yes, it's lovely to be here. I've been in Lanzarote. I went on holiday to Lanzarote. I know, yes. It's a volcanic island, you see. And I said to my father I'd been to Lanzarote, and he said, oh, it's lovely there. There's some lovely black beaches. And I misheard that. Some marvellous Moroccan whores as well, I imagine. Yeah, I've been on quite a few holidays. I went on a stag do. I know, me on a stag do. Hang on, I've been trying to rehearse this. All right. All right. It's all in the neck, isn't it? All right. All right. That's close, isn't it? Oh. It's amazing how close to vomiting it is, isn't it? This is a front for insecurity. I've got it. I've got it. Struggled to connect with my father. I've got it. I've got it. Yeah, I went to Lisbon with some of my old school friends. Not absolute lads. They're nice guys. We've been friends for years, since school. They have a nickname for me, which is the Duchess, which I love as a nickname. And they've created a whole backstory for the Duchess. The Duchess has a butler called René. I don't know why it's called René, but I love it. And René will provide people for the Duchess to make love to that he's found on Tinder. I'm obsessed with Tinder. If you don't know what it is, it's a dating app, and you get a little picture of a human, and if you like the look of them, I know sometimes they're not human, if you like the look of them, you swipe right, and if you don't, you swipe left, and you never hear from them again. Quite an abrupt way of measuring a human, I think. It wouldn't work in real life. You wouldn't walk round a bar going, no, that's a bit much. Maybe you wouldn't know how you live your lives, but, yeah, they're nice guys. They're nice guys. Been friends for a long time. But there was a new guy on the stag who I'd not met before, Johnny, in the TA. Johnny actually works mainly in financial services, but he went on about the TA a lot. I don't even know what it stands for. I think it just means the army. I don't know. How would I describe Johnny? A full twat would be about right. He'd met gay people before, he'd met straight people, but he'd not met anyone bisexual. I'm bisexual. I'm not sure if that was made clear to you at the door. My first kiss, when I was about 16, was with a woman. We were both very drunk, and she burped in my mouth. And that triggered my gag reflex, so I was then sick on her shoes. No, chill out, they're only from New Look. But it made me think for a long time that I was full gay, because I thought that women made me physically sick. That's what I thought for a long time. So I get that it's confusing. I'd happily have a conversation with anyone about it at any point. I think it's fascinating, sexuality. I think it's something we should talk about more. But Johnny, in the TA, his response to his confusion was to sort of try and bully me. And it was the worst form of bullying because it was a sort of undercurrent, but you couldn't prove it, but it was constant. And it was things like, I think this reveals a lot about him. Every time he got drunk, he kept getting his knob out and showing it to me, going, oh, you like that, don't you? It's like, bloody don't like it, Jesus. Absolute car crash of genitalia. His knob did to my knob. You know when you touch a snail on its eye and it goes... Wow. Turned it into a vagina. I told my mum that he kept getting his knob out and she went, too much Afghanistan. What does that mean? That is a perfect quantity of Afghanistan, apparently. Oh, no more Afghanistan for me. I'm so full of Afghanistan. Oh. He was very hypersex, had a very high libido. I don't really. He had a really... This was bad, actually. We're in the centre of Lisbon, and this girl walked past us, and he leant over to me, and he was like, oh, she's fit, isn't she? I was like, she's clearly underage. He went, there's grass on the wicket, let's play cricket. People still saying that sort of thing. So to appease it, I made up my own rhyme. If you want to be a gent, get their consent. You know, just a fun one. Hashtag feminism. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. Johnny, in the TA, did not know what to do about him for a while. And then I thought, do you know what? I know exactly what to do about you. I'll be a bit silly with you. I find that works sometimes. So I said to him, I said, I don't like the name Johnny. I'm going to call you René. God knows how it worked, but he hated it. I managed it maximum 4 times. We're in a nightclub that evening, and a woman walked past us, and he leant over to me and he went, "Look at those great jugs." About a woman. It's the 21st century. The only time I've said, "Look at those great jugs," is in the glassware section of John Lewis. That's the only time that's acceptable now, I'm afraid. And I went, "Oh, yes, lovely jugs, René." And he grabbed me and he pulled me to one side. He went, "Right, let's get this sorted before the rest of the stag do continues. You've got 2 choices. We can be friends, or you can keep calling me René." "I'll take route B, please, René." I didn't. I agreed to it reluctantly because I was trying to be diplomatic and we were sharing the same hostel together, lads. And he came out of the shower the one day and he had his body out, had a towel round him, and I spotted a tattoo on his hip there. And I don't have a problem with tattoos. I don't have any myself, but it was a quote. And I said to him, "Oh, can I see what that quote is, Johnny?" And he went, "Oh, yeah, a few of the lads in the unit, we got drunk and got tattoos together. Can't remember what it means exactly. This is a cogito ergo sum, which I think means I think I am." Now, some of us may know this. It means I think therefore I am, so he was close. And I thought about it for a minute and I said, "Johnny, you do know that quote's by a guy called Descartes? You do know Descartes' first name was René?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "Google it." And he Googled it. So fuck off, and just scratch it out. I was like, "In for a penny, in for a pound." So I said, "You do know Descartes was a very prominent homosexual." He wasn't, I just made it up. And what that quote means is, I think, therefore I am. And what it means is, even if you think just a little bit that you're gay, you are gay. That's what it means. We are not friends. We are not friends. He found out I was doing stand-up about him. He was ever so upset. I said to him, because he rang me up, I said, "Don't worry, I've changed your name. They don't know you're called Peter." Thank you very much. See you again.